It's Friday, October 20th, 2023, and this is the Washington Times Front Page. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo.
The Front Page is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. Their gold IRA strategy can shield your wealth from an economic meltdown and is both tax and penalty free. Call 866-525-4680 for more or text TWT to 65532.
President Biden laid out his case to the country and Congress that the U.S. must send $100 billion of aid to Israel and Ukraine. Jeff Murdoch and Dave Sands report the president argued that the two wars threaten to undermine democratic stability around the world and to damage U.S. national security. In a rare primetime address from the Oval Office, Biden said the success of the two nations is vital to U.S. security abroad. The president compared Russian President Vladimir Putin, who launched the invasion of Ukraine, to the Islamic organization Hamas, which carried out the surprise October 7th attack on Israel. The president is facing intense bipartisan pressure to take a tougher stance toward Iran, which is Hamas's primary financial backer and has expressed strong support for that attack. Ben Wolfgang reports the attack has led to some tangible changes in the administration's approach. The most notable is the temporary refreeze of $6 billion in Iranian oil assets that were set to be freed up in exchange for Iran's release last month of 5 American hostages. Some officials inside the administration have long argued that Iran's support for terrorism and its activities across the Middle East are exactly why an agreement is needed to keep it from acquiring a nuclear bomb.
The Front Page is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. When you look at the news today, all you see is a financial landscape that's growing more and more dangerous, especially for your retirement funds. Stubborn inflation, soaring interest rates, and astronomical debt could drain their value. The good news is that there's a strategy that can protect your financial future. It's the Gold IRA from American Hartford Gold. This Gold IRA strategy can shield your wealth from an economic meltdown and is both tax and penalty free. American Hartford Gold has earned a 5-star rating from thousands of reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Mention the Front Page podcast and they'll give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Call 866-525-4680 or text TWT to 65532. That's 866-525-4680 or text TWT to 65532.
Sidney Powell, the lawyer who pushed false claims of election fraud on behalf of former President Trump, has pleaded guilty to misdemeanor charges in Georgia, admitting she conspired to wrongly interfere with the state's election results. Tom Howe reports Powell pleaded guilty to 6 counts of conspiracy to commit intentional interference with performance of election duties in connection with a plot to swipe data from election machines in Coffee County after President Biden won the state of Georgia in 2020. Powell also agreed to cooperate with prosecutors, a threatening development for Trump and other co-defendants facing trial on conspiracy charges in Atlanta. She peddled baseless and often outlandish theories in the weeks before a mob of Trump supporters attacked the U.S. Capitol. Prosecutors are demanding 6 years of probation, a $6,000 fine, and restitution of $2,700 as part of Powell's plea deal. A Pentagon report says China's rapid buildup of its military arsenal is continuing with no announced end as part of a drive to replace the United States as the world's sole superpower. Bill Gertz reports the report said China is rapidly expanding non-nuclear forces that now include the world's largest navy, deployment of hypersonic missiles, and plans for a conventionally armed intercontinental ballistic missile capable of striking U.S. targets. The latest report contains more details than previous editions on the depth and extent of the Chinese military buildup, including satellite photographs of missile fields and the strategy behind the effort. And finally, religion reporter Mark Kellner profiles Dottie Osteen, a co-founder of the Houston megachurch now led by her son Joel, who turns 90 on Sunday. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.